Hey guys, welcome back to Jen's Little Place. I'm going to do our scripture art journal page for this week. And the scripture this week is James 1:5, which is, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. So we're going to start with our I have done some preparation for this already, and I think this page I'm going to try to play around with a little bit of texture. Can you see that I messed up? I stamped on this page and it messed up, so I'm going to have to cover that up, but that's okay. You won't be able to see it and it'll be fine and everything will be okay. So this paper, I cut it and I embossed it, and then I sanded it a little bit with this Tim Holtz sanding tool, sanding block, and it kind of made it white. And now what I'm going to do is put some, I'm going to ink it up a little bit just to kind of make that the embossing show through a little more. So I'm going to do that really quickly. This is the Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress Ink. So I'm going to do that. I have no idea what my husband is in there doing, so ignore all the racket you hear, because there's always racket at my house, I think. Is it like that at your house too? I love this verse because I think that we should ask for wisdom, and I think that that's something that God will always give us, is wisdom. And it's something that if you pray for it, I think that you will always receive it. And I watched May's video on this for when she first did this scripture this week, and she used an owl for her image, and I cut this one out on my Cricut, and I think that I really like it. I think that I'm gonna copy her, because owls, you think wisdom, you think owls, don't you? Wise old owls. So I'm going to ink around this too a little bit, and just get a little bit of you know, it'll match the paper, I think, a little bit better to do that. Sorry, I'm lacking for words today for some reason. I'm really tired. It's been a long day. I've spent the large part of the day in dental offices. My daughter had to have some dental work done, and then my husband had to have some dental work done. So that's where we were pretty much all day, and I'm just really kind of tired. So I was looking forward to doing this page, but I'm just kind of lacking for a lot to say today. I should pray for wisdom, shouldn't I? That's exactly right. I think that the scrolling on the that paper works well with the scrolling on this owl. You see what I mean? The scrolls on the embossing match the scrolling on the owl quite well, actually, I think. So now, and for the wording, all I did was I typed it on my computer, on my Cricut, the canvas for my Explorer, and then what I did was put a marker into my Cricut Explorer, and it wrote it. So that's how I got this. Obviously I cannot write that neatly. Not even close. I've got to go get my glue. I have to keep it put away, otherwise my daughter would use it and it would be gone. So now what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to decide exactly how I want to adhere all of this together. I'm thinking something like, sorry, I'm just playing a little bit here and trying to decide. I think my husband's out there sawing on something, I'm not sure, but it's really quite loud and I apologize. I don't know what he's doing. This is burlap paper that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's like a 6x6 paper pad, printed burlap. It came in 24 sheets. Some really cool patterns in there, chevrons and different things. And I just chose this one for this project. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to do something with a little bit of texture. I haven't really done that yet. Okay, so I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down here. I'm just going to use some ATG and adhere that down to our page. I'm sorry that the camera gets shaky, but if I do very much on my table at all, it shakes, and it's because I don't have the best setup in the world for this. But I'm slowly but surely getting there. I'm trying. I will try to edit it as much as possible and get as much of that shakiness as I can out of it. So that's down. And now I'm going to do the same thing. And I think with this, I'm going to use my art glitter glue because it's a little stronger than the ATG. And as heavy as this paper is, I think it's going to need a little more stability than just the ATG. Because it is quite thick and substantial, this paper. So it's almost kind of hard to even call it paper because it has so much texture to it and it's so thick. It seems weird to call it paper, but on the back side it actually is paper. So okay, now here's our owl. And where do we want him to be? I'm thinking right here. I think that looks good. I'm going to use the art glitter glue for this as well because it needs to be able to stick down to that burlap paper. And I don't know how well any other kind of adhesive would be. And this glue just really grabs a hold of just about everything. So it's, or actually I've not found anything that it doesn't. It's really, really good glue. So I'm going to stick this down right here. I'm just gonna press it in place for a minute and just let that glue transfer and catch on there. I'm gonna add a little more there and a little more there. Those little leaves are very fragile. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I wrote the scripture reference at the bottom here, the James 1:5, and I'm going to adhere the verse up here with this art glitter glue as well. Like I said, just to make sure that it sticks to this burlap paper. And then I'm probably gonna say that that is done. And I think I'm pretty happy with this page because it's really different from anything else that I have done thus far. This is week 12. Wow, we're moving right along, aren't we? I think it's 12. Pretty sure it's 12. If it's not, you can correct me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's week 12. So, week 12 is James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. So, you know, how much more plainly could God make it than that? If you lack wisdom, ask God, and you know, He gives generously to all. He does not find your faults, and it will be given to you. So, you know, that's very, it's heartwarming to hear something like that and know that it's true, because it has been shown in my life many times, and probably yours as well. If you ask God for wisdom for a situation, you'll get it. It may not be the answer that you want, but it will be the wisdom that you need. So I hope you all are enjoying your week, and I hope you all have a blessed one. And I hope that you all find the wisdom that you're praying for this week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.